The Port of Baltimore is one of the biggest economic engines for the state. The impact alone is $191 million a day when that shipping channel's closed.
15,000 jobs depend directly on the Port of Baltimore, with more than 100,000 other jobs linked to it. Scott Cowan represents a couple thousand of those workers.
So this being blocked is, would you say it's a worst case scenario?
Oh, it's catastrophic for us.
The port handles billions of dollars worth of foreign cargo each year. That includes more cars and trucks than any other U.S. port. It also manages heavy farm machinery, imported sugar, and coal exports. The extent of the impact hinges on how long the channel is closed.
There is quite a few ships that are stuck in the harbor. There's a bunch of them down at the anchorage, and some ships have been diverted to other ports.
Meantime, several cruise lines have to reroute operations out of Baltimore.
It was so surreal. And, I watched in horror, like I'm sure everyone else did.
The Carnival Legend left on Sunday, set to return in 1 week. Carnival now temporarily moving operations to Norfolk. AAA manager and former police officer Regina Ali is on board.
We know that the cruising industry will be impacted out of Baltimore. It's significant.
If the channel isn't cleared by the end of next week, Cowan says things could take a turn for the worse.
We lost lives, and that's what matters more than anybody's paycheck. But, again, the whole state of Maryland's economy is hinged on the Port of Baltimore.
All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to the Most High. Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, which is to say in the Paleo-Hebrew, also known as the Lashawan Quadash, Yahweh, meaning the name of our Heavenly Father, He is. Bahashem, meaning in the name. Yahweh Shai, meaning He is our salvation, who the world English calls Jesus, a so-called black man. Whatever it takes, okay? And the clip of the video you just seen was the most recent incident that took place up in Baltimore in the port of, I believe it said it was in Baltimore. So, there was a cargo ship that was carrying a lot of cargo that hit the bridge up in Baltimore and caused it to collapse. Now, some is saying it was an inside job. Some, are speculating, whether or not, this is going to be used as a black swan event to bring forth more catastrophic things that could happen. Whatever it takes, okay? Now, we know last year, around this time, or maybe a little bit later on in the year, they had, certain trains that were getting derailed, okay? So the infrastructure of this place, is looking, quite interesting, okay? To say the least, all right? Because, if it's not the railroads, it's the ports, okay? And this is a major port, Baltimore, all right? Most of the people that, live in Baltimore, they rely on that port for, a stable source of income, all right? But not only Baltimore, but, throughout the whole land, because that's going to impact the whole, country. It said in the video that, a lot of these dealerships, these car dealerships, they export, and import these cars from that port. And not only that, but farmland equipment. So this could have a major, profound impact on this economy if they don't get the bridge up and running by the end of next week, they said, all right? So let's get a couple of scriptures and let's take it from there. This is Isaiah 19 and verse 1. It says, the burden of Egypt, behold, Yahweh rideth upon a swift cloud, speaking of the chariot, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. Right? So this is, nothing but another work of Yahweh, setting up the pieces of the chessboard, getting ready to, have this place to be brought down, okay? And what did it say? It said, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. Right, so Yahweh's, he's orchestrating everything that's going on here in Egypt, which is Babylon the Great, which is America, okay? So, to think that this, was a conspiracy, or anything outside of, orchestrated move by Yahweh, that's not likely. This is all being set up by Yahweh, okay? Because he's getting ready to bring this place down. He tells us that in Amos 3 and, Amos 3 in verse, is it 5? 6, it says, shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city, and Yahweh have not done it? Right, so Yahweh's, behind everything, okay? He's the orchestrator, whatever it is, how he see fits, that's how he see fits. That's how it's going to be played out. So whether somebody fell asleep behind the wheel, or whether this was an orchestrated move, by the wicked lead, Esau, Edom, it was all orchestrated by the Most High, okay? Yahweh. So he set this thing up, and this could have a profound impact, like they said. So, this could even, more build on that U.S. debt, okay? Showing you that, it's coming closer to that time where they're going to shut down the whole government, all right? Because why? They're going to find themselves behind the, proverbial 8-ball more and more, because this debt is accumulating, all right? And like he said in the video, this port is a major, import-export, for cars and things of that magnitude. So not only do they, ship out cars, but they, bring in cars as well. And as long as this port is, closed down due to the bridge being collapsed, they're losing money, all right? And somehow, some way, they got to find a way to what? Pay these people, okay? So they got to dig out, they got to come out the pocket somewhere, whether it's taking loans, government assistance, whatever it is, it's going to have a major impact on this economy, all right? So going back to Isaiah 19 and picking up at verse 2, it says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof. Right. And there's nothing but, chaos. You got, people that's upset about the migrants coming over here. You got people, saying that they don't want these, illegal immigrants to come and take, work from them. But it's all being orchestrated by the Most High, whatever it takes to bring this place down. That's what's being put into play right now. It says, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. Verse 4, and the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord, Yahweh of hosts. And this is an election year, and the people are asking for, this guy by the name of President, Trump. So he could very much well give Trump another term, and Trump could really turn up and, get things, moving even faster. So we're going to see how things play out. It says, and the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord, Yahweh of hosts. Verse 5, and the waters shall fail from the sea, and the river shall be wasted and dried up. Okay? You seeing it. The waters are wasted and the rivers are dried up because why? They can't get these cargoes through that channel because the bridge collapsed. Okay? So every day that this bridge is, out of commission, they're losing money. Okay? Now this is speaking for the, city of Baltimore, but, it's going to have a trickle effect, throughout the whole economy, all right? It says, and the water shall fail from the sea, and the river shall be wasted and dried up. Whatever it takes to get up out of here, man. This is all being orchestrated by the Most High, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, in the name of his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai. Verse 6, and they shall turn the rivers far away, and the brooks of defense shall be empty and dried up. The reeds and flags shall wither. the paper reeds by the brooks, by the mouth of the brooks, and everything sown by the brooks shall wither, be driven away, and be no more. Right, and that's speaking of these ports, because that's, a major lifeline of this economy, okay? Importing and exporting goods from not just, other countries, but within itself, okay? And when these ports, these rivers are withered and dried up, they can't get any money flowing. That's going to have a major, profound impact throughout the, across the board. It says, verse 7, the paper reeds by the brooks, by the mouth of the brooks, and everything sown by the brooks, okay? Whether that's your cars, your farming equipment, whatever is sown by the brooks. It says what? Shall wither, be driven away, and be no more. Okay, so this is, showing you that, America, is brooks, is rivers, is, ports, whatever you want to call it, it's going to be hit hard, okay? And that's a major, that's a major source of income from a lot of people. It says, the fishers also shall mourn, and all they that cast angles into the brooks shall lament, and they shall spread nets upon the waters, and they that spread nets upon the waters shall languish. Okay? All these people that look, for, a source of income, that, work at these ports and, use these ports to pay their bills and rent, they're gonna languish because they can't get any, work, because this thing is collapsed, and they have to put things on hold until they can find a way, to get around it. They saying if it's still down by next week, it could potentially cost billions and billions of dollars, man. Verse 9 says, moreover, they that work in fine flax and they that weave networks shall be confounded. Right, because this thing is going to be, filled throughout the whole industry, okay? One thing's going to lead to another, all right? Yahweh is systematically taking this place apart, all right? Piece by piece, all right? Just like what Denzel said in The Equalizer, okay? He's going to take it apart brick by brick. Yahweh is, taking this place apart piece by piece, whatever it takes. Verse 10 says, and they shall be broken in the purposes thereof, all that make sluices and ponds for fish. And when you go into that word sluices, one of the definitions is wages or hire. So all those that, make hire or wages by the way of the pond, the fish, they're going to be, hit hard, okay? And America uses these ponds and these rivers, for ports to import and export things coming and going, all right? So the longer this thing, delays and not get back up, the more America is looking bad by the day, all right? So whatever it takes to get up out of here, all right? Now this is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 1. It reads, but of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. Why? Because we are, diligently measuring them. We're looking out. We're watching. We know these things. We know something has to happen. It says, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. Right. And that's why we're watching. Okay. So we don't get caught off guard. But we know 2/3 of our people are not going to be watching. Here it is. This thing has collapsed. This bridge has collapsed, and this lady worrying about, a carnival. Okay? That's the sentiment of our people, man. Long as they can get their rocks off, they could care less about an economy tainting or failing. They want to go on a vacation. They want to find a way to, relieve some of this pent up aggression that Babylon has put on them. They want to take, time off, enjoy it. They could care less if the bridge collapsed. Just find another way around it. Okay? But there's going to come a time, man, when this place is going to be completely finished. Okay? It says, verse 2, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Right. So it's going to come a time where they can't deny what's going on, you know. They're going to continue to say, hey, everything is still good. You know, we figured out a way how to, avoid another government shutdown. It's going to come a time where it ain't going to be no, hey, we have figured out how to avoid it. No, they're going to shut it down. This place is going to, systematically be taken out. And that's going to be, the beginning. Okay. So whatever it takes. All right. And when that happens, they're going to be travailing like a woman with a child, okay? And they should not escape. They're going to feel the full brunt, all right? All those who, would never say that it would never happen, when it happens, they're going to feel the full brunt of this collapse, okay? So not only is this bridge collapse, but, the infrastructure of America itself is getting ready to collapse, all right? So be mindful of that, all right? So, whatever it takes for us to get up out of here, all right? We with it, okay? We watching, we being sober. It's not going to take us by surprise. But of the times and season, brethren, you have no need that I write to you, right? Because we watching, okay? We're, keeping prophecy. We are involved in prophecy. We seeing these things play out. So we seeing the writing on the wall. All right. So whatever it takes. So, just wanted to bring that out. We're going to go ahead and close out. 1 Peter 5 and verse 8. It says, be sober, be vigilant. So continue to watch. Okay. Because these things that, to the untrained eye just seems like something that just happened, and they're going to bounce back. No, this is a profound impact. All right. This thing is going to have an impact on the economy. Everything, happens for a reason. Okay. You take this brick out, nothing may happen. You take that brick out, nothing may happen. Eventually you take enough bricks out of this infrastructure and it all comes crumbling down. Okay. So it's a collection of incidents that's taking place that's, causing Babylon to weaken and weaken, kind of reminds me of that nursery rhyme. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king horsemen couldn't put him back together again. Once this place collapsed, you're not going to be able to put it back together again, okay? You seeing all these different, things happening and occurring at the same time. It's a brick being taken out bit by bit, okay? You got the crisis on the borders with the migrants. You got the economy tainted, okay? Whether it's the government's considering shutting down. You have, the banks that failed last year. All these things have not gone away. They're just accumulating, okay? Making for a greater, collapse when this thing truly takes place. You got train derailments that happened last year. You had this cargo ship thing that just evolved, that just, happened, that just got, involved. What else? You got the crisis in Haiti, okay? A lot of, so-called Haitians is coming here to America in Florida, okay? You got social ban media, for any minor 14 and under. You have all these bricks that's being taken from out of this place, until eventually this place comes crumbling down, okay? So we have to be patient and let Yahweh do his job because he's working on Egypt. He's taking this place out brick by brick, okay? Giving us time to get ourselves together because once this kingdom, this society falls, that's going to be it, okay? It's going to be too late for you to try to find answers then because this is the time you have to get your answers and find them while you can, okay? Because once this place is, finished, that's going to be it, all right? He's systematically taking this place apart. He's letting things accumulate and build up even greater. So when the collapse comes, it's going to be like none that you ever seen before. All right. So be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. If he can continue to get you to believe that he has everything under wraps after incidents like this happen, that they don't have, a correlation with the last major incident that happened, then he's going to get those people to believe that, okay? Just get on another cruise and take another vacation. Just go down to spring break and have fun. Don't worry about the, impending judgment that's coming, okay? Because the signs are here, all right? You just seem to ignore them because why? They go against your, they go against your beliefs, your want to have a good time, okay? Here it is, Babylon getting ready to, go out on his last leg, and you still trying to have a good time here in Babylon, all right? That's why you're going to be easy picking for this devouring lion, all right? So that's why we telling those that'll listen to be sober and be vigilant, okay? The time is getting ready to come where this place is getting ready to, completely collapse on its side, all right? Then you have, BRICS trying to, start up a blockchain back digital currency, okay? The writing is on the wall for this place, man. This place is on its last leg. It's getting ready to, it's getting ready to fall over and collapse, all right? So, just wanted to bring that out and, pray someone was edified through this lesson. And until the next time, if it be the good Lord's will, stay strong, stay in the faith. We almost home. Shalom. Peace.